Welcome to the Bo Benson Show. If you like conspiracy theories, you like what's going on in the government, you like to learn about secret societies, you like to learn about Jehovah's Witnesses, this is the perfect channel for you. Please subscribe and make a comment. Welcome to the Bo Benson Show. Alright, I want to give a special thanks to everybody out there who's been watching this series and giving their support to Abel and his family and his siblings to the horrific abuse they've suffered underneath the monsters they call their parents. I want to share with you guys the letters that these animals sent to court so people have an understanding that the judge sided with these people. Remember, the judge sided with these people. Now, what you're going to see is going to be disturbing, and it's going to be a letter to Veronica, one of the daughters, and this is their excuse for molesting them. I want you to know how much I regret with all my heart, mind, and persona every checking to see is if you had relations, blank, even though the police, someone called on me, said I did not do anything wrong, but was not a good idea. It was really stupid on my part. Honestly, I am sorry. I do hope you forgive me. We shouldn't torture ourselves over the past because we can't change it. We can only learn from it. I want you to understand my intentions was never, ever to hurt you. Okay, so this is extremely narcissistic. So first off, stripping someone down and then violating them. And they're saying that the police said what they did was okay, but wasn't a good idea. I highly doubt the police officers are telling you to molest your children. I just don't believe that. I think she's lying. And you notice how she says we shouldn't dwell on the past. So we shouldn't be upset with her behavior because it's in the past. So things that happened in the past, no matter how bad they are, if they're involved by the parent, it's not a big deal. This is Jehovah's Witness brainwashing at its max. The fact that you think that you can commit a crime and just because you didn't get caught doing it doesn't mean the crime doesn't matter. This is brainwashed thinking. This is dangerous, narcissistic, sick thinking. Oh, I raped my children, but I did it a long time ago, so it's okay. The judge sided with this. Sorry, I won't use that language from this point on. It's just, this is just absolutely disgusting. We didn't know what you were doing, sneaking out of the house, jumping the fence, skipping school for whatever, blank. You were only 15 years old, blanked out, though you understood Bible practices. On that occasion, unfortunately, befell me. I found myself between a rock and a hard place. Obviously, you could care less. Okay, so once again, you can see the bizarre narcissistic behavior. Saying, we didn't know what you're doing, you're 15 years old, so us checking you, stripping you down, and molesting you, trying to see if you're engaging in relations with people was okay. But you notice at the very end, obviously you could care less. So she's trying to put a guilt trip on the victim for her behavior, and then blaming her behavior is the fault of the victim. So this is super, super sick, controlling, narcissistic witness mother behavior. When I left blank, you refused to hear my reasons or have any empathy for me. You falsely accused me of yelling at you when in fact you were the only one yelling at me, telling me to get out of your house. Why did you lie? You never listened to a word I said, and heartless in the corner mentioned me to go away. I had no choice but to leave. Holy crap. This is... Okay, remember, this woman violated her daughter, and it looks like they had an interaction later in life is what it sounds like. Telling her to get away and yelling at her to leave. And then, so this woman, this child molester, is saying that you don't have any empathy for me. Well, why should she have empathy for you? You're a child molester who raped her. Like why the hell would she want to listen to you? And she has every right to yell at you. You're a monster. The mother is a monster. Not to mention that, remember, folks, not only did she molest the children, she beat them and tortured them on a regular basis. Now, you guys are aware of this if you've seen the video yesterday, but the mother had actually admitted and has a recording that she said that she would torture the kids because she would get tired of beating them. She literally said this, and the court knows this. This is the psychopath that this judge awarded this to. That is all water underneath the bridge. You are my daughter, and you have my grandchildren. I always been there for you. Oh no, I will always be there for you because blood is thicker than water. But I lost all respect for the man you call husband. Who does he think he is telling me? Well, if he's telling you off and doesn't want you around his children, then obviously he's a man. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what I get, is that the husband is aware that this is a dangerous child molester and doesn't want this child molester around his children. Good for him and good for her. Or you shouldn't be around. You obviously should never be left alone with children. You're a sick, twisted, evil individual. You're absolutely disgusting. This woman should be in prison. Absolutely should be in prison. This is insane that they're awarding her things for her behavior. It's absolutely sick. This judge, in my opinion, is paid off, or maybe is a child molester herself. I don't know. That's insane to rule with this. Okay, at the assembly, I don't deserve respect, blocked out. What I fail to understand for the life of me, why 14 years later I woke up 5 days unconscious in the hospital to find you reviving me with your essential oils. I had said goodbye to your father in Mexico. I fully expected I was going to die. I never expected to see the light of another day. I woke up to see you doing so many nice things for me. And I had to swallow my words that I would never set foot in your house ever again, only to find out you really didn't want me in your house. How bizarre. Okay, so basically what I get from this is that the mother got sick. She went out there to be a decent human being, and then I guess when she was dying or sick or something, put essential oils, and somehow the mom thinks that she did that to bring her back to life. It's a really weird thing. You can tell that she's delusional. That's really obvious. And then I guess she's expecting to all of a sudden everything's going to be 100% fine. I should be forgiven for everything because you brought me essential oils. And then when she doesn't get what she wants, she starts calling this bizarre and telling her daughter and insulting her. This is hardcore narcissism. I mean, here you are, you're sick. They do something nice, and then you're expecting because you were sick to be... Remember, she's saying, I was instantly need to be forgiven because now I'm sick and there's something wrong with me. It's all about me, 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 me. Nothing to do with you. And then I don't get what I want. Then immediately the attacking starts. How bizarre. This is a sick, sociopathic person. Last year in the summertime, when Abel sent out his filthy, nasty letter to everyone, including the elders and the circuit overseer, which I was not yet aware of, when I went to the assembly, in the meantime, the answers from the messages I sent you showed me you wanted nothing to do with me. To add fuel to the fire, you embarrassed me. And you embarrassed me in front of Sister blah blah blah, who has been a friend to me longer than you have been alive and longer than I have known the truth. Remember, I introduced you as my beautiful daughter. When you snatched Blank from me, I wasn't going to take her from you. Okay, so based on what I'm seeing here, again, we have her playing the victim. You did this, you did this, you did this to me, you embarrassed me, 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 me. Even, this woman is a child molester. Of course she's going to snag her kid away from me. That's what it sounds like. That's what I'm assuming happened here. And then she's embarrassed by that, by saying, you beautiful daughter. You saying something nice doesn't make your behavior acceptable. This is how deeply broken and how narcissistic this evil woman is, that she thinks that she could harm, rape, torture, and abuse kids, and then say something nice, and then everything should be just instantly okay because she deserves everything she wants. This is really sick. And then you can see that she cares more about what sister so-and-so thinks than what her own daughter thinks, because she only cares about herself and her status. This is a typical Jehovah's Witness mother narcissistic behavior, where the cult group is teaching them that the behavior is acceptable, and if you talk about it, that's the problem, because how you look to others is more important than how you really are. So spiritual warfare is basically a go-to and an excuse for this kind of behavior. I honestly believe, in my opinion, the Watchtower creates monsters like this in order to create broken children and easy victims for the child molesters in the organization that they give authority to. You know, the elders, the circuit overseers, and that kind of behavior. That's my opinion. And this kind of woman, I believe that Abel's mother is a groomer, in my opinion, based on what we see here in the behavior and how Watchtower protects her and is going all out to protect this sadistic individual. Get it straight. I am not jealous of my daughter, or my own daughter, in spite of what your dad said about your earrings. I covenant absolutely nothing you have. Maybe it's hard for you to understand, but I am happy with substance and covering. You are beautiful, but beauty can be in vain if you are not humble and serve Jehovah with your whole heart. The Bible says you cannot love Jehovah, who you cannot see, if you hate the mother he assigned to bring you into this world. Oh my gosh. So this is really weird. So the mother's saying that people are saying that she's jealous of her own daughter and that she really isn't. And then being very specific about earrings is really bizarre. And then talking about how, if this is more of that narcissistic behavior I talked about. So she talks about how she's not jealous. It's all me. I'm not jealous with you. You're wrong. And then it talks about how you're the problem because you don't love me the way I want, and Jehovah, the God, is telling you to do what I want. So this is absolutely narcissistic, crazy delusion. Like, I guarantee you that this mother is obsessed with her kids, and it's like astro projecting herself into their lives and trying to force them into doing this and being a little puppet. And if that puppet doesn't do exactly what she wants, she starts pulling narcissistic behavior and starts trying to guilt trip them. And that's exactly what she's doing. Attack you personally, you're the problem, then guilt trip. Sick, sick, nasty woman. Okay. In spite of whatever you think, I try to be a good mother. I am not perfect, and neither are you. I made a lot of mistakes in my lifetime, and I will keep on making them, because we are not living in the times of perfection yet. But whether you believe it or not, I'm trying. Yeah, this is really sick and twisted. So here she is. She's making excuses for her behavior and saying that she doesn't need to change her behavior because we're not in paradise on earth yet. So it's okay for her to make mistakes, and everyone should forgive her for what she does, and she's not responsible for her own actions. And once again, we're blaming and attacking the children, saying that you're no better. This is really twisted. Okay, you are not your dad's favorite. I know for a fact he loves all of you the same. He is crushed. Do you hear me? He is crushed at heart with your behavior. To the criticized, no one should disrespect or dishonor their parents. If you hate me, that is internally up to you. It's clear you don't need me in your life. You are a big girl. You have done a good job teaching your children the spiritual way of life in spite of everything you have been through. But you poison blank against me, and this is wrong. I took care of her for 10 years, and you trusted me and even called me to your bedside when you were giving birth. I wasn't happy to be with you to give... Oh, I was happy to be with you to give you support. I was delighted when you went to Mexico 10 days on a cruise and left blank in my care. That sounds wish-washy to me. That's really weird. So this is then coming out and talking about the abuse and the CSA issues, and then they're saying that the parents here are saying that they've been disrespected because they weren't supposed to tell anyone about this because the elders had already done the punishment to them for this behavior, and so getting the worldly people or law enforcement involved is why they're saying the things they're saying, that's the disrespect. Just so you guys understand what's the context here. And then, yes, I don't know what the circumstances are, but obviously she left and then left her child in the care of that woman. Yeah, and look, she even says, leaving them with me is dangerous. It's wishy-washy to me. So she's admitting that she's dangerous and even that, but she's like trying to show that, well, you forgave me, so isn't it wishy-washy that you would think that I would do this again when I did it to you, but now you forgave me, so we should be okay? Like, once again, it's all about the mother. It's all about her. You do this for me. You need to do this and that. It's all me. God says, do this for me. God says, you need to forgive me. God says this. God says that. This is me. Everything about this woman is me. Truth be told, as a child, you were uncooperative. You always hated me, and you have no respect for the mother that brought you into this world, but that's no gold off my skin. I still you love you, Veronica, but I hate the things you do. You need to examine your own behavior. I know you have good things in your heart, but I don't understand why some things you are real nice and other times you just ain't nice. Think before you act. I hope blank never pays you how you have me. You need to eat a lot of humble pie if you love Jehovah. Someday, sooner or later, you have to take good look at. So once again, we're going to say that the victim is the problem and that the parents are innocent. And then she starts talking about how I hope that your kids aren't as bad to you as you were to me. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, we're talking about a woman who violated her children mentally, physically, and sexually. And then is sitting here and then is giving, like, advice and telling them that I hope, like, this is insane. Like, this woman is it's just, I mean, it's bizarre reading this to think, I mean, being a parent and having girls, and then I could not imagine doing the things that these people did to their children. It makes me nauseous even thinking about it. It's so disgusting and despicable. And then to sit there and then use that, or attempt to use that as a way to guilt. Sorry, I got cut off there. A way to guilt trip them, dude. It's just absolutely, completely wrong, sick, disturbing. Like, I can't imagine the hell these poor kids lived through to be around an evil, nasty, narcissistic woman like this. Now, I just want the audience to be aware. Like, when I talk about Jehovah's Witness mothers, like, there are a lot of Jehovah's Witness mothers that are, like, word for word almost identical to this woman. I've talked to others, I've heard about this, and I've seen the same kind of behavior over and over again. I just want the audience to be aware of this. As sick and twisted this woman is, this is a common Jehovah's Witness mother. Now, I just want the audience to be aware. Like, my mom did not do things the right way at times, but I did not have a mother that was anything like this. Thank God. Like, she did some stupid things, but nothing at this level. And then I do want the audience to be aware, the reason why they're stripping them and they're acting like this is okay, the Watchtower Society sent a letter to the elders during the 90s, and I know this because I said this at My Kingdom Hall too, where they were telling them that piercings and tattoos were the mark of Satan, and they were needing to strip their teenagers and young children down looking for these marks. That's where all this is coming from, and that's checking them to see if they were still pure was another thing that the West Valley Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses in Arizona told people to do. I was there. I remember that. So that's why she was violating and doing these things. I don't know. I mean, she's a horrible person. This is no excuse, but that's why there's so many Jehovah's Witness mothers are so messed up like this and doing these things, is because the organization Watchtower was literally telling them that they had to do this, and they believed that God instructed them to do this nasty shit. Dear Vernon, the purpose of writing this letter is to attempt to make peace with you. In this letter, I wrote to you. I told you my intentions never were to hurt you. I told you your blood's thicker than water. I meant it. I have gone back in time to see how happy I was that you were my daughter. I was proud of your achievements. Many times you joined us in family for several events. I took care of blank almost on a weekly basis. I would never have expected you carrying a grudge for 15, 20 years after the entire disregard you have shown me. I still introduced you to my lifelong friend as my beautiful daughter. You had me disfellowship with lies, and that was not enough for you. Still, you and Zolmia came here on Saturday, June 27, 2015, to slander me on the front porch. Do you think no one else had heard you? Do you actually think no one else heard you? My father would have said, I don't know, I don't speak Spanish, but it says something about small and beautiful shapes is what this word, this DELICADESA. I don't really know what she's talking about, but she's basically saying that they don't have the right to come to her home and then question her about her terrible behavior. It's interesting how she talks about being disfellowshipped, like disfellowshipping, like she's not responsible for her own actions. And it's lies. She's saying that what she did was a lie, but she admitted to things that she did. Like I know you guys don't know this, but there was a recording of her admitting to these crimes. I am counting on you to turn the scandal around. Search your heart. You know I have been sick. I have been sick all my life since before I married your dad of liver damage. I know all your life I was under treatment with blank and blank. Will vouch for me. It has been a struggle to survive. Still, I work hard to give attention to my family at home. Thanking Jehovah, I am still here. I thank Him for every breath I take. No matter what, I will always love you, Veronica, Mom. P.S. By calling me Nina, you have denied me as your mother. That is very painful to me. Again, I am sorry for any pain I have caused you. Okay, so her excuse is that she has liver damage. I don't know why she has liver damage. I'm not sure. And that's an excuse for this behavior. Now, I was thinking about, can you imagine the court going, oh, okay. And that's exactly what they did. They said, you know what, it's okay to molest your children because you have liver damage. You know what, it's okay to take kids on boiling hot rocks that burn their knees and then make them bleed because you have liver damage. Yeah, you know, it's okay to beat your kids to the point of you're exhausted and then you're going to go make them sit on hot rocks because you have liver damage. That's insane. I cannot believe that the court cited... Like, if you want an example of corruption at its absolute worst, this is it. This is, in my opinion, one of the scariest things about dealing with organizations like this with so much money and power is they can buy their way out of stuff. The fact that one of their members can torture children, rape children, and admit to doing these things in letters, in head recordings, and still win is insane. All right, here comes a third letter from Miss Crazy. Dear Veronica, this is the third time I wrote to you. I told you several years ago in so many words, it would be nice if you could mend our differences. I don't know why you misrepresented what I wrote to you. I told you then, and I'll say it to you now, water under the bridge, blood is thicker than water. I told you I was sorry for checking you. I did not examine you or molest you. I will tell you again, it was stupid of me. I accidentally slapped you once, and I'll tell you again, it was stupid of me accidentally slapping you once, and I think it says disciplined you with a Deem strap, and if I was in the wrong, please forgive me. It's time you act your age. You are a grown woman, and you should be able to reason. Whoa, dude. Okay, this is just, my gosh. This lady is out of control. Checking you? That's nasty. So it's interesting. So she's saying that I didn't do anything wrong. Then she admits to checking you. And then immediately says, well, I didn't examine you and I didn't molest you. Well, then what was checking you mean? Like, it's weird how she admits to crimes and then says she didn't do the crime that she admitted to. It's weird how she flip-flops. And then everything is, you need to forgive me, I'm your mother. You need to forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. You need to. As if her forgiveness of her behavior is necessary. So you have to forgive me. You have to forgive me. I'm letting you forgive me because it's benefits you. Everything is her. It's time you act your age. You are a grown woman and you should be able to reason. As for all the lies you told and still came here after I was disfellowshipped and slandered me on my front porch while others were listening, trying to turn your father against me, I have to tell you, no matter how many times you repeat a lie, it does not cover the truth. No shit. Yeah, you torturing your kids and you're a piece of shit. So no matter how many times you lie, you dumbass woman, we all know what you are. You are a sick, twisted woman. You see how she got disfellowshipped? So she got disfellowshipped because she admitted to doing this stuff, guys, just so you know. She told the Jehovah's Witness church that she did these things. She admitted to doing these things, and that's why she was disfellowshipped. And the church knows that she did these things and actively paid for and used your funds that you give to support this pedophile and to help her not be held responsible for her actions. This is the true face of the society. I don't understand you, Veronica. You told me I didn't love you because you were Dad's favorite. That is the furthest thing from the truth. I have always loved you and always will, because the heart of a mother is deep abyss at the bottom of which you will always find forgiveness. Once again, you have to forgive me. It's for your benefit. The deep abyss. This is absolute narcissistic, disgusting manipulation. This is not love. This is disgusting and despicable. Yourself, remember, we must be found in peace when Jehovah's day arrives. Bullshit. I barely have the will to go on with life. I am sick, old, and tired. I do not the time, strength, and energy to go behind people who have no appreciation for me. If you ever change your mind and find it in your heart to forgive me, the door is open for you and yours. Sincerely, heartfelt, your mother. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry. This is... I feel nauseous reading this. This is some sick, twisted shit right here. I'm dying, but I'm still willing to forgive you, Jehovah. Why do they throw everything? What does Jehovah have to do with anything? You chose to do this. Jehovah didn't make you do anything. I don't care if elders told you to do it. You decided to do this on your own. It's your fault that you did this shit. Not Jehovah, not anyone else, not the dad, not the siblings, not the kids. You. No. Oh, if you can find your heart to forgive me if I did anything wrong, if this... No, just... Oh, gosh. It angers me to read this. Just absolutely angers me. This woman is a monster. This is a straight-up freaking monster. I mean, let's be honest, though. We're talking about a psychopathic cult that is a doomsday cult that literally wants to kill the planet. Is it really that surprising that these mothers are going to act this way when they are taught and raised this way? A generation of psychopaths? I mean, there's a reason why Jehovah's Witnesses are on antidepressants. There's a reason why Jehovah's Witnesses have such a high suicide rate. There's a reason why Jehovah's Witnesses' divorce rate is so high. These are broken, twisted, sick people, and they need help. And if you want to help them, you need to let them know what they're doing is wrong. They need to be punished for their actions. You can't help somebody that you just let them do whatever they want. It's like a disobedient child, a crazy child that likes to put its fork into the light socket, and you just let it happen. You have to discipline them. There's a difference between torture and discipline, and witnesses lose that battle a lot. They honestly, in my opinion, they blur the road between child abuse and just, you know, normal discipline. And they don't know how to normally discipline people because they have such poor ethics and they have such, honestly, poor skills with humanity. They just don't care. They hate people. They are a suicide cult. I mean, that's why they're part of the World Economic Forum. I mean, I'll explain more of this in a later video. This isn't the appropriate video for this, but if you research the history of Jehovah's Witnesses, who finances Jehovah's Witnesses, these doomsday cults are the exact same people who are financing Jehovah's Witnesses, doomsday cult. And doomsday cultists don't care about people. All right, I want to give a special thanks out to Abel dealing with this, Abel's siblings. I'm very proud of them and everything they've done. I want to thank the audience for being involved in this. Now, the next part is, obviously, we need to get the word out. We need to spread this around. We need to let as many people as we possibly can know about this. We need to contact non-Jehovah's Witness sites. We need to contact ex-Jehovah's Witness sites. We need to let law enforcement know. We need to know. We need to let our government officials know what we see, what we heard, what's going on. We need to let people know about this dirty judge and what she's done and what she's allowed and what she's okayed, because it's sick and wrong. That judge deserves to have her judgeship removed. She deserves to be punished for this ruling. This is insane. This is absolutely twisted and sick. And I don't really have anything more to say about it. This is absolutely the most disgusting thing I've seen in a long time.